God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. All right, Bruce and Linda would like to welcome those of us that have watched how this has gone down the last few years, that you've known us for a few years, and also welcome back those who've known them longest. It's a pleasure to have everybody here. It's a beautiful day to get married. Sure is. This is going to be a little bit different than a traditional wedding because we are going to add some of the principles of Alcoholics Anonymous into this, which is where Bruce and Linda met. Right. So anyway, Alcoholics Anonymous is a 12-step program that helps us folks that suffer with alcoholism find their way spiritually to God, using the program and good sponsorship. We then use these principles in all our affairs. Something that is not spoken about very often in the program is the 13th step, which has gotten us all here today. So if you don't know what that means, ask somebody who's giggling, they'll tell you. So a little bit, we're going to read out of the God's Holy Bible and also out of our Alcoholics Big Book and some of the literature that is provided for us so you guys can get an idea how this is going to work. So, marrying a fellow AA member can be filled with understanding of a previous life suffering as drinkers. You now share common interests found in the halls of AA, and spiritual things often enhance such union. It is only where boy meets girl on AA campus and love follows at first sight that difficulties may develop. The prospective partners need to be solid AAs and long enough acquainted to know that their compatibility at spiritual, mental, and emotional levels is a fact and not wishful thinking. They need to be as sure as possible that no deep-lying emotional handicap in either will likely be able to rise up under later pressures to cripple them. With clear understanding and right grown-up attitudes, very happy results do follow. Like I mentioned, some of us have had the privilege of watching Bruce and Linda meet and then watch their relationship prosper and then lead us to this day, and it's been a fantastic thing to watch. So thank you all for coming, and I'm grateful to be a part of this. So a little about love. I'm going to read out of 1 Corinthians, the 13th chapter. If I speak in tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and I have faith that can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give my body over to hardship that I may boast, but I do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always accepts. It always protects. It always trusts. It always hopes, and it always perseveres. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. For now, we see only a reflection as in a mirror, and we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And the greatest of these, and the three of these remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Now to marriage. But marriage is not a contract with convenient escape clauses and self-exception. Marriage is a covenant intended to cut off all avenues of escape or retreat. There is no going back. There is no opting out. There is nothing in this world that should sever what God has joined together. Your love is based on a covenant, and your covenant is based on the unchanging character of a covenant-keeping God. So meeting with Bruce and Linda, and we all kind of agree that when we put ourselves in God's hands, things happen that were anything we could have planned on our own. And it's so true. And Linda was debating a few years ago about staying here, and she was reminded by the verse in 1 Ruth 15 through 16. After Ruth's husband died, her mother-in-law was trying to get her to go back to where she came from. And Naomi said, your sister-in-law is going back to her people and her gods. You should go back with her. But Ruth replied, do not urge me to leave you or turn your back from you. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. I think that's pretty appropriate for how we came together today. So before we do the exchanges and get out of this heat, I wanted to just bring up a few things about Bruce and Linda. Those of you that know Linda know that she's a very good communicator with just a look. And I think we've all seen that look. A lot of times you don't know what that look means, but you know it's not good if you're getting that look. So just remember, in marriage, use your words. You're an adult. And for Bruce, sometimes men are not good at capturing what's being conveyed. Men, and me included, are all a lot like puppies. If you just pat them on the head and tell them good job, they'll do whatever you ask them to do. So remember, when she does have issues, there's a lot of times that you can't solve what she's talking about. She just needs a loving ear to listen. Don't try to solve all her problems.
That's what Tina and Joanne are for.
And also remember,
Just pat myself on the head.
also remember, the word fine most definitely does not mean fine a lot of the time. So just be cautious. The ins and outs of life, the ins and outs of marriage, there's one rule that you need to follow, and I think you know it is rule number 62, which is don't take yourself too seriously. Always love each other. Okay, here we are. It's time to exchange
Rock and roll.
24-hour-a-day coins. So in the program of Alcoholics Anonymous, to the newcomers that come in, we offer them a 24-hour reprieve from alcohol. And on the back it has the Serenity Prayer, which we stated at the beginning. So I'm going to hand these to you guys as a reminder to be fantastic to each other throughout your marriage. And I'm going to give you a light hug because it's hot. So proud of you. Fantastic. Bruce? Thanks, sir. Give you a hug, too. Okay, and normally after I hand these out, I tell the newcomer to keep coming back, but I don't think that's necessary today. Let's not keep coming back.
We're doing that, hey.
Right. Okay, let's do the rings. We have the rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, who goes first?
Bruce will go first. So Bruce, I will have you put that on her left hand and hold her hand until we are, I'm done, and then you answer the question at the end, okay? Bruce, you before God and these witnesses, take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife, and you promise that from this day forward, you will be her faithful husband, for better or worse, for richer or poor, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish till death do you part?
I do.
Awesome. Linda, do the same. Place that on his left ring finger.
This works.
Okay, Linda, you before God and these witnesses, take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband. Do you promise that from this day forward, you will be his faithful wife, for better or worse, for richer or poor, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish till death do you part?
Can I add a caveat? Ooh!
Oh boy, here we go. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Good.
Okay.
No caveat, okay. All right. A little nerve-wracking, but we got through it, okay. My friends and family, by the authority vested in me in the Church of Jesus Christ, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride.
All right.
May I now introduce Linda and Bruce Alexander. All right. Before we close with the Lord's Prayer, I think you have directions to where we're going. Please pick your wait staff. And let's close with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father,
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. On earth